Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So today we gotta do a couple things. 2 very specific things. That's a lie. We got 3 very specific things that are on today's agenda. Real talk vlogs with Steve and I, but we have a special guest on tonight's podcast, Mr. AZ Euros Austin, and he's gonna come on tonight's podcast. We're gonna talk about B8 things, plans for 2022, and later in this video, I'll put a card up and remind you guys of, oh, you know what? No, I'll put it in the description below from our original podcast, and then maybe we'll just come back and sprinkle it in. But number 2 thing we need to do, we need to take an inventory of tires, because it's either Sunday or Saturday is a drift day, and I don't remember which one it is, but I know it's one of the 2. And frankly, I'm stuck. I'm tired of being stuck in the house. I want to shred some tires. I've got a lot of old meat here that I think we can use. That's still got plenty of tread. This one, probably that one, it's got some cords on it. We can definitely kill that one. That one we can put air in, and that one's probably not round. Then we've got all these stack of 17s also half burnt. What else do we got? I think we have some other 17s around here too. Are these 16s or 17s? 17s, these are 17s, interesting. All right, well, we could put these on too and burn these all off, I guess. Huh, we got tires. We don't got a lot of tires, but we have tires for the track day. So, that means I gotta go buy a ticket. Well, add that to our list of shit to do. 3rd thing we gotta do on today's list is we haven't got that S6 to start up yet. And I tried to start it and tried to charge it, and I'm not getting any real charge out of the system. Ooh, ADD real quick. I gotta assess my living conditions. All right, we need to start with a shelving system right there. Okay. Oh, 3-4 years ago, I actually back in December, when I was doing Vlogmas, I mentioned that one of the goals was to slowly bring all the stuff out of the upper half of the building that we were originally building, and then county got involved and we're not allowed to build it no more because we got too many buildings supposedly with 8 acres. I don't understand how that works, but here, somebody made a policy for it and told us to piss off and said we're not allowed to do it. So, adjusting our build, and we're gonna make a giant lean-to now instead, which we're legally allowed to do, which I don't understand, but it's a technicality of gray areas. Anyway, S6 things. Thought here is essentially, Donnie said I could rob his battery. We're gonna shove it in there, put this thing back on that thing, and see if we can drive it, because they say it's got a blown head gasket. Okay, well, that's all well and good. That's easy to figure out too. But what else is wrong with it? Supposedly a transmission, and it's kind of funky and it slips, and well, sounds probably awful. I gotta know what that's like, because I can't fix something that I can't describe. If I can't describe it, I can't identify it easily. And I don't want to just go into it blind and know what's not going on type of thing. Like, that's not the way you go about fixing things. First, let's see if we can make it run. Came on a flatbed. Let's see if we can make it run. All right, on some for real stuff. You have an Audi. You want a fastest weight reduction mod in the world? Jump over to anti-gravity batteries, get one of their super lightweight, awesome, instant restart battery technologies. Like, it's the coolest thing ever. It really is. And get rid of this, I think this is like 45, 50 pounds, every bit of it. Every bit of it, if I had to guess. Hold that thought, we're gonna get a scale. I'm curious now. Never mind, scale's broken. Still gonna take a guess, it's like 45, 50 pounds. All right, well, there's only one thing to do. Not an affiliate link or sponsor or anything like this. Their shit just is freaking awesome, and I can't wait to get mine for the RwdyAudi. The reality is, I got a lot of shit to spend my money on. All right, well, like I was saying before, I decided to get off on a tangent and think about doing things and weighing things. When you take a battery out of an S6 or a C5 or a B5 or anything, the battery's ridiculous. It's huge, it's excessive. When you're taking it out, if you're not careful, you can crack this tray really, really easily. So it's one of those, you wanna kind of winsel the battery around, make sure you have it completely free. Don't just tug on it, and slowly manipulate it up and out of the way. It will come out without taking that out and without cracking it. I just did it. So I don't want to hear anybody complain about it. Can't be done that way. Yeah, I can. Anyway, let's put this thing in there, put the battery charger on it. This battery's from 2016, so it's no wonder it's dead anyways. Blah, blah, blah. This one is from the end of 2020. Last of the Mohegans, I guess. Let's get in. Oh, that fits way better. Oh my gosh. Well, the good news is this battery's got some juice in it still, so let's just do one of these. I've been putting off picking up this massive battery. Whew, okay, let's go. I think picking up stuff like that is where dad noises are like, it's okay. Like that thing deserves a dad noise when you're like, this weighs a quarter of what I do. This is what it's like if I had another 50 pounds on me. It's like ridiculous, but. All right, so that's charging. We'll let that be for a few minutes. I'm gonna get some other things done and we'll come back and check on it here in a second. All right, well, I think it's charged long enough. Let's see if we can get this sucker to start. Oh, you know what? Let's see if it's got oil in it first. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably a good idea, huh? Well, it's on the dipstick. Let's try it again. Ooh, ooh. Yep, it's got oil. Don't got coolant, but cross your fingers. Let's see what it does. It's got power. Put on brake. Nice, well, it comes to life. That's a good sign. It came to life. Let's put the window down here. Yeah, so this tire's a bit sketch. There's a giant chunk there, huge chunk back there. I don't know when the last time these tires had air or checked air in them, but I'm gonna leave the GoPro running for this one because if this tire blows up in my face, it's gonna make for a great meme. So, yeah, we're gonna use this thing. Put it over here. Give you guys the best seat in the house here if this thing goes off, because I'm legitimately scared about this tire, but I want to drive this car. So. All right, good news. We didn't die. Tire hasn't blown out in our face. Let's get this thing started back up here. Fire back up. Had a little bit of any mix down there. All right, now we got some coolant in it. We know it's got oil in it. Check the power steering. Ugh. No, we're not checking the power steering. Got the brake fluid. All right, we're not gonna die. Let's see what it can do. We're just gonna disconnect that for right now. Brakes seem a little spongy, functional but spongy. Backup camera's pretty dope actually. So off get, I don't feel like this has a blown head gasket. It's very, I don't want to say smooth, but the power's here. It might be once it gets up to temp more, it starts to lose it, but I didn't see any like distortion in the like coolant type or anything. Like it doesn't look like chocolate milk is what I'm getting at. Now there are some tests that we can run on coolant itself, and we'll get into those later because I'm going to do it anyways. Along with that, so far it seems to be shifting okay. It's in drive, needs gas. Definitely needs gas. It's got 30 miles on it. All right, we're going to give this thing the beans here a little bit and just see what it does. Put it in sport. Here we go. Seemed to work fine right there. Brakes definitely haven't been beat on in a while. Just saying. Interesting. We're definitely gonna get some gas, put some fresh gas in this thing. You know, I've always wanted one of these cars. I always thought this whole Avant life, you know, that's just a sick thing to look at behind you. Like, we're gonna go put some fuel in this thing real quick. I don't know when the last time it had gas in it. It's got 20 miles-ish on it. It's just right down the street here. I just got off the phone call with William. We were talking about transmission, William Robb, Mr. Tip S4, and we were talking some transmission things. You guys ever have transmission, anything Audi transmission wise, like hit him up, send him a DM, tell him I sent you. He might call me and tell me he's upset at me, but I mean, he's a good guy. He knows his stuff. And we were chatting about this thing, and it might not be as bad as what the customer thinks. So we're gonna get some fuel for it, and then we're gonna dig into what else could be wrong with it. Something is definitely wrong with it. What? I don't know, but something is definitely wrong with it. And we're gonna have to figure out what that is. Dude, that guy's got the freaking rig. You check that thing out? He's got a big old Sprinter van. All right, so they only got 91 here, so we're gonna, oh, those things are badass. Okay, so it did do a little weird shit here. So when I went to fire it back up, it kind of was like, yeah, no. All right, drive mode, let's go. I was told I have transmission issues, told we got engine issues, told we got suspension issues, so let's get underneath of it and see what she looks like from the underside. It's a really cool car, dude. It's a really cool car. If you're watching this, I like it. I like the whole package. If you ever want to sell it, make sure to let me know. But I don't think you're gonna want to sell it after I'm done fixing it, because it's gonna be even better after we're done. Let's put this thing down, let's get that inside, and let's do it to it. Here we go. All right, first thing, a lot of plastic. Awesome, that's there, okay. Definitely got a coolant leak of some sort. You can see the glycol on the exhaust here. So there's definitely a coolant leak. Mounts don't look in awful condition. There is some residual oil down here. Like there's some gunk, which I expected, you know, I did. Let's get this pan off and see what's underneath of it. All right, this really ain't that bad. Oil pan's super dry. There's a little bit of expected here. This might be a slightly seeping valve cover. This even could be residual left over from a coolant line. Probably a valve cover though, if I had to guess. Not really seeing anything on this side either. Like, we've got a little bit of residual of something right here. So there's a little bit of residual here too as well. Like there's some coolant bits here. It definitely has had a coolant leak at some point. It's also had upgraded motor mounts. You can tell that right here. These are motor mount resistors. So those might be 034 motor mounts in there. Don't know. If they are, that's super cool. It's got them on both sides, so I don't know. Might be OEM as well. Who knows? Looks like it's got Bilstein front suspension on it and aluminum uprights, which is super awesome. That one feels okay. Let's check this one. That might be one of our vibrations. I'm willing to bet this tire is also part of our vibration. This tire is hammered. There's probably an ounce of there, probably even another ounce there. Yeah, so we definitely got to get some tires on it. There's at least that one, plus there's this one. This one ain't near as bad. This one's probably okay, but there's that giant gash in that one. That's what by the way, that's what I was saying earlier about tire size. So like this side of the car, because both of these tires are toast, you should replace all four of them. But if it was, say, this one and this one that were destroyed, 100%, you could just put two tires on the back and be fine. Don't let anyone oversell you on that. Like, I've done that very scenario 30, 40, maybe more times on personal vehicles, on Audis at that. So it's like, from experience, you can do it. You just gotta tell the people that's what you want. You're like, no, I don't want four, just give me two. At the same time though, I've put one tire on a car, the B6 S4 out there. All the tires, it was like a couple 30 seconds difference between the ones that were on there and the one that blew the sidewall out of it 6 months ago or so. And I bought one tire for it and stuck one tire on the car because I did not need four. I didn't even need two for that matter, but you can do it. Anyway, that's my rant. I'm just saying you can. So this thing is crazy clean, guys. I mean, I'm not upset. Definitely needs a new washer. It needs a new crush gasket there. But serpentine belt doesn't look too bad. Something back here, maybe a little transmission pan gasket's leaking or residual, but the boot right there is split. Definitely a coolant leak though. My guess is one of the crossover tubes on the back of the engine is leaking. So we're gonna have to do a coolant pressure test. We got it running, we drove it around, we put some fuel in it. I can't say anything really bad about it. It's got some issues and we're still trying to figure those out, but it's not gonna happen tonight. I got a podcast to shoot, so I think that's where I'm gonna end it, guys. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you wanna see more content coming from the S6 or the C5 A6 race car LSA powered, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Peace, I'm Audi.